So the Texans just lost to the Patriots 36-33. And honestly, I'm not mad at all. I am actually proud of them. Proud of the offense. The offense, for the first time in the Bill O'Brien era, finally looked like they knew what they were doing. They were running the ball. They were running a shit ton of play action, which is something they should have been doing with Deshaun Watson from the get-go. And other receivers were actually getting open. They were getting a chance to catch the ball, and they delivered. Hopkins had himself a decent game. I wouldn't say good. He had himself a decent game. And I'm saying that because for the past 2 weeks, DeAndre Hopkins has struggled catching the ball. But not this week. This week, I think he caught everything that went his way. The Texans did a good job of utilizing Deshaun Watson's running abilities. They did a good job of mixing in Foreman for the most part, and I'll get to that later. So I think the offense had themselves a pretty good game. They scored, 26 points? Because you got to count the 7 from the Clowney. Should have been pick 6, but they counted it as a fumble. But the offense had themselves a pretty decent game, and for the first time when we played the Patriots, our quarterback didn't screw us over. I think Watson had like 2 touchdowns, over 300 yards, like barely. 1 interception. I say 1 interception because the last interception doesn't really count, really. And he had a few rushing yards as well that really helped move the chains. I feel like the offensive line played pretty damn good most of the day. There was a few running plays where the running backs ran into like a brick wall. But overall, offensively, I think they had themselves a good game by Texans standards. And what I mean by Texans standards is no one expected our offense to put up more than 24 points, but they did. The team put up 33 points, and that's good enough. Good enough to win a game. And I'm pissed at our defense. Our defense today was reminiscent of the 2012 Texans defense. And what I mean by that is, in 2012, if you guys don't recall, our defense was pretty solid all year round against the lesser average opponents, sometimes a good team. But every time we'd face a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, they'd get their asses torn up. And that's what happened today. 5 touchdowns by Tom Brady in a day where he had, for the most part, no time to throw. I don't know, man. That defense was atrocious aside from that one Clowney touchdown. Other than that, the defense played pretty bad, if we're being honest. They did have a couple like 3 and outs, but for the most part, when you allow Tom Brady to bend you over and go to town on you, it's a bad day. And on that final drive where Brady won the game, the Texans defense had chance after chance after chance to end the game, but at the end of the day, they didn't come through. They had, of course, someone forced a fumble. I forgot who it was. I think it was Gilchrist. Gilchrist forced a fumble, and the Texans didn't recover it. Corey Moore dropped the game-ending interception on that same drive. There was 2 occasions where the Patriots were in 3rd and long situations, and of course, in typical Texans fashion, they let them convert. You also had that touchdown catch to end the game by Brandon Cooks. Like, come on. And then he had, early on in the game, wide open receivers. Like, come on, man. Like, the defense just did not play good all game. I feel like, just besides a few drives. And I'm pissed because the defense is supposed to be our strength, but today our defense looked like a weakness. I mean, lucky for us, we don't play Tom Brady every week, but if we're gonna compete in this league, our defense has to step up, man. I don't know if it's just early struggles, how usually our defense struggles, or if it's actually Mike Vrabel, being a bad coach. I don't know. But we had chance after chance after chance, and also, there was a forced fumble on Gronkowski that our defense, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they just let the ball go out of bounds, and boom, Patriots ball, and I think they drive down the field for a touchdown. I don't know, but that was just a pretty bad sequence for the defense. I feel like they can get better as the season goes on. Maybe if Kevin Johnson were around, maybe it would have been a different outcome, but he's not, so you can't really make excuses. I'm not one to make excuses. And of course, you got other reasons why we ended up losing, and part of it I want to say is because of the refs. The refs were clearly one-sided in multiple occasions. For example, Steven Anderson was held, I guess you could say, by Trey Flowers, and they called defensive holding, but guess what? It's the Patriots, so let's go ahead and pick up the flag. It didn't happen. So that happened, which had me kind of pissed, man. That was clearly a pass interference, a holding by the Patriots. And then you also have the Ryan Griffin little push-off where he got called for offensive pass interference, and which is dumb because the Patriots were doing that all day, and I'm not even kidding. At least half of the receptions the Patriots got today were due to push-offs. Gronkowski was pushing off all day. I saw Brandon Cooks push off a couple times. Like, come on. If you're going to call a game, refs, call it fair. And then there's also a few coaching decisions that also kind of cost us a game. And that's, of course, 3rd and 1 at the Patriots, 15, maybe 20. Let's run Lamar Miller right down the middle. Why would you do that? If you're going to run someone right down the middle, run Foreman, because that's why you drafted Foreman, to run right up the middle. And the other bad coaching decision by O'Brien was, of course, boom, Hopkins wide open, at the Patriots, 46, Watson hits him, 10 seconds left, and they don't call a timeout. Personally, I'm pretty sure Deshaun Watson called a timeout, but sooner, that's what it looked like to me. I don't know if you guys saw the same thing, but it looked like he was calling a timeout unless he was calling for a quick huddle, which, it's a clear mistake by me. It could be, or it could have just been the refs trying to fuck us again. But I think we had plenty of opportunities to put this team away, but we didn't. But there's a lot of positives, man. The offense finally looked good. Deshaun Watson looks like a quarterback. He does look like a quarterback. He has a future. He didn't screw us. Besides this one throw, the pick throw, which was just a bad throw. It wasn't a bad decision because he had Hopkins wide open, which probably could have been a touchdown. Maybe not because Hopkins is a little slow, but it would have been a huge gain. Hopkins could have ran it because he was open on the top, but Watson just underthrew it. I don't know if he was under pressure. I didn't see properly, but he threw it and it was picked off by Gilmore, and that allowed New England to get an easy touchdown. Other than that, though, I thought the offense played good. They finally had an identity, and that's running the ball, using play action, letting Deshaun Watson run the ball a few times, and it worked. I mean, the Patriots, don't get me wrong, the Patriots don't have this amazing defense, but we still had an opportunity. When the Texans play the Patriots, it's always a blowout. Always. And for once, it wasn't so. You gotta be proud for the way the Texans played. Because honestly, if we had gotten blown out, I would have been pissed and I would have been calling for changes. But now, I'm just waiting. I just want to wait for the season to play out, see how it plays out, see how it goes, and let's see where we go from here. Because all of a sudden, with Deshaun Watson in, this is going to be an interesting season. Because I don't think our offense is that bad anymore, judging by how they played. And then you got to consider, I think we get Will Fuller back next week, so that's a whole different element that he brings to the table that our other receivers just don't, and that's crazy speed. Fuller can just straight up run, get behind the defense, maybe not catch, because, come on, it's Fuller. Maybe not catch, maybe not get it thrown to him every single time, but he can stretch the field, bring in some more running lanes for our running backs, and make it easier for our tight ends and our other receivers to catch the ball in space and make something happen, especially Bruce Ellington and Braxton Miller, hopefully, and Lamar Miller and Tyler Ervin. But I thought the offense played a good game. Defense needs to step it up, definitely. We got Tennessee next week, so it should be an easy one. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, what I saw from today from the offense. Maybe things can finally get turned around on the offensive side of the ball. Because I highly doubt it was a fluke game because it's the Patriots. And you guys know what happens when we play the Patriots. So I do not think it's a fluke game. I think our offense is finally turning a corner and turning into something decent, something watchable. Because for the first time in forever, I wasn't there all bored and oh my god, here we go again, 3 and out by the offense. Because usually when the Texans play, I'm just there sitting, oh yeah, 3 and out. Oh yeah, run down the middle. But this time, what they were doing actually caught me a little bit by surprise. And it really surprised me that we were able to keep up with the Patriots. Deshaun Watson, man, he didn't back down. He went blow for blow with Brady. Brady would fight back, score a touchdown, then Watson would come right back. And I love that, man. I love Watson. I love how he gives his players an opportunity to catch the ball. Unlike Osweiler and previous quarterbacks that just held on to the ball for a 3-yard dump off. No. Watson has balls. He throws it. He has trust in his arm. And I like that about him. That's something we lacked. And I think it's going to be an interesting season from this point on. Honestly. Do not be mad at the Texans. Seriously. I think they played a hell of a game. I think we can rebound against Tennessee next week. And I think we can finally compete with these heavyweight teams. I think the first week against Jacksonville was indeed a fluke, even though Jacksonville totally demolished the Ravens. But most of that could be because the Ravens went to London and it's never been there. So it's like a whole new schedule to them, man. I do think that's what it is. So let's see how the season plays out. Watson adds a whole new, different element to the season. It's going to be a different season, man. I just can't wait to see it play out. It's actually quite fun so far right now, especially because Watson is something else, man. He looks special out there. There were so many occasions where I was like, come on, Watson, get rid of the ball. And then he'd actually end up making a play. That was so awesome, man. We haven't had a quarterback like that ever. And I'm glad we finally have one. So let's see where things go from here. And that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later.